From now on, for the rest of this video, we're going to be referring to flops as ouchie wouchies because that's what we refer to them, right, boys?
Okay.
What's going on, guys? It's the What Do You Think crew, and we are back for a new video. It's me, Omid.
I'm Alvin.
How's it going, guys? It's me, Amir.
And today we'll be discussing the 2024 box office situation because I'm pretty sure, as you guys know, if you're into movies and into the box office, it's been kind of weird. The box office situation has been weird lately, right?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of bombs, there's been a lot of flops, but there's also a lot of unexpected hits. So that's just what this video is going to go into. So let's just get right into it then, right?
Cool. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think it's been a very interesting kind of, not only year, but particularly like summer, like things that you would expect to be like guaranteed hits are like doing like terribly. And then like we're going to be looking into it, I imagine, is like the idea of movies, even if they don't have a great opening, their legs kind of carry them into success, which will be really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, even just looking for like last year, like how big like Barbenheimer was, like it's kind of curious to see where this summer, how this summer is gonna play out. I don't think it'll be as big as 2022 or 2023, but it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting. I think we might, yeah. Actually, let's go into it because I have some theories.
Oh yeah, so that's interesting that you say that because last year there was Barbenheimer, but also the actors strike was happening, so there wasn't as much like advertising and interviews. So I think last summer was a very interesting landscape as well. But we'll talk about 2024, and pardon me, I have a bunch of notes. So if I look down, that's the reason why. But we'll go into the flops. There's a lot of flops this year. There's a lot of flops this summer, particularly. I don't know if you guys heard, first and foremost, the Kevin Costner movie Horizon.
Oh, yes.
Did you guys hear about this?
Yes.
I have.
It's a two-part movie, too. It's a two-part movie.
Two-part movies. He wants 4 parts. Brother, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That is not happening, dude. Did you guys hear they... Keep going.
I was gonna say, did you hear what Michael Rooker was saying? He said how TikTok is like giving people brain rot. And he's like, oh, people's attention span are so short that they can't appreciate like a masterpiece of a film.
Yeah, no, that's a 3-hour movie. I'm not sitting through a 3-hour movie times 4. That's a 12-hour. That's a mini series. That's a show.
You wanted a 4-part?
Yes.
Yeah, he wanted
and
it
it's
to be
all
4 parts.
self-financed too, where it's like they were asking him like those really funny quote where like, "Hey Kevin, Mr. Costner, are you sad that your movie flopped?" He's like, "Yeah, of course I wanted it to do better, but like I'm at least proud that I put all this money into it and it looks the way it does," which is like it's very respectable, but also like kind of cope where it's like, man, your movie flopped so hard where they had a second part that was going to be coming out 2 weeks after, or like even 3 weeks after, and then now they pushed it. They said, all right, get part 2 out of here so that we're going to give the audience some time to discover the first part maybe after it's on streaming, and then if there's an audience for it. Yeah, so it's very, very interesting. Like, I mean, him self-financing, and then also Francis Ford Coppola having his own self-financed movie that I'm expecting will probably flop too. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, what is it? Megalopolis?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which that movie we definitely need to see in theaters together because I'm hearing it's either like an amazing art masterpiece or like a dumpster fire. In either way, I'm extremely excited. So.
And we bring Daniel, bring the boys. We get a midnight showing for that.
Yeah, because I think the distributor is Lionsgate, and I don't know if they agreed to only distributing it in IMAX theaters.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So I don't know. I know I as much as I hate to say it, I don't want to watch it in IMAX, but I think that would be the best experience for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, if I was given the choice, I would watch it in IMAX.
Exactly. And there's one thing that I heard about the movie, and I told Nick about it. I haven't told you guys yet. So if we do / when we do watch it,
no spoilers, no spoilers.
No spoilers. Yeah. No spoilers. But I'm very interested to see that happen if it, whatever they choose to do with it.
Did you like what you heard?
It's very interesting. It happened at the film festival that it premiered at, but the fact that it's getting distributed worldwide, I don't know how they would do it. I will say that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, going back to Amir, I have notes here. He put $38 million of his own money into
Yeah.
Horizon, and
How
it
much did it get
cost a
back?
hundred. I have no idea. Not 100. Like it cost 100 million to make. I don't even think it broke like 50 million, to be honest.
Oof.
Nah, yeah, I think it barely even scratched, maybe even like 10. I don't even know how
Yeah,
much it made.
probably. And I don't know. I feel bad for him, but that is Horizon. They pulled part two from August, that release date. The next movie we're gonna go into is Furiosa, and I'm the
Oh,
only one
Oh,
out of all three of us have watched it.
no one
Like,
else watched it
it,
apparently. I mean, with the box office
yeah.
numbers, no one watched it. So
yeah,
I was one of the 10 people that saw that movie in theaters. Because
yeah,
my
me and
boy
Pratik.
Daniel, yeah, you and Teague
Yeah,
Bishop.
yeah.
My boy Daniel, he's a huge George Miller fan, and even he hasn't found time to watch the movie. And I'm like, I keep telling him like, oh, my friend Alvin saw it, and he said when you're watching the movie, it just made you want to watch Fury Road that much more, right?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%. It. I don't know how to describe it because it's like I liked what I saw, but it felt like I think going into it, we all had the same feeling. Was like we didn't really need a prequel because we already know where it ends up. I was telling Amir this. It's like you know that Furiosa loses an arm, so throughout the
yeah,
movie,
Yeah.
you're just kind of like wondering, waiting
Waiting
on
for
the
it.
edge of your seat when she loses her arm, and
this
they
is
do
where
like
it
four
happens.
fake
Yeah,
outs.
yeah.
They do four fake outs.
Uh,
It's wild. Um,
was
so
it at
I have
least was it
some.
at least cool?
No, it was cool. I would give it like a 7. I
Damn.
think for sure I would watch it again on Max. I don't think I would go to the theater to watch it. Maybe. So the reason I watched it just because I had A list. I think if I
Yeah.
didn't have A list,
You would have paid for it. You probably
I
would
don't.
not have. Yeah.
I don't know if I would have paid for it, to be honest. Thank God for A list. I will say.
Because I feel
Thank
like
God
the
for A-list.
reason why it flopped so hard is like it's a cocktail of reasons. I think the fact that it's a prequel, no one wanted to see a prequel. It's been I think 10 years since the Fury Road, or not 9 to 10 years, and it doesn't have Charlize Theron. Because I think Anya Taylor Joy is a big star, but I don't know if she has the same kind of pull that like Charlize and Tom Hardy had. Because I mean Chris Hemsworth is a big star too, but it's like
I
man.
don't know.
Or sorry, what were we gonna say?
I don't know. I think Anya Taylor Joy does have big pull, but I think it's just the character that she's playing that I don't buy into. Because like Anya Taylor Joy plays Peach. She was in The Menu. She's in Dune. She's in
And
so
Queen's
many things
Gambit.
that I think Queen's Gambit. She's huge. That I don't think it was the problem with the movies that they didn't cast big enough stars. I think it's when you see Anya Taylor Joy, you do not get this bad bitch energy that Charlize Theron has effortlessly.
Hmm.
That whenever I see it, I'm like, it does not feel like, even though I haven't even seen Fury Road, I can kind of tell what Fury Road's personality is supposed to be, and I feel like when I see Anya Taylor-Joy, I'm like, man, you don't give that same attitude. I feel like,
Yeah, that's valid. And same thing, like I was surprised to see that the budget was higher than even Fury Road by like I think $10 million or like 15-20 million. And like in reality, this is still I think like a C tier franchise. Like yeah, people like Fury Road, but even then, the people that saw Fury Road they didn't watch it because they loved Mad Max. They just said, oh, this is I heard a really cool action movie and the stunts are like insane. So I'm like
Mhm.
the studio should have understood it's not a guaranteed hit because it's like no one cares about Mad Max. They didn't watch it because they love that franchise. So
yeah, they're riding the wave of good faith that was like 10 years old.
yeah,
I feel like the gap between Fury Road and Furiosa is like crazy. Like I don't know why it took that long to make the movie, and then when you do, you put so much money into it that fans who saw it back then, I don't even know if they're gonna show up now because it's different actors and it's a prequel, so they know what happens. Like I
yep.
don't know.
Yeah, I having watched it, I think Anya Taylor-Joy is really good in it. Hemsworth carries the movie, I will say. Hemsworth is so good.
Okay.
And it's a little bit weird because you have like this absence of the character of Mad Max, but they introduce a character who's like literally exactly the same as Mad Max, but he just has a different name.
Oh, interesting.
And
Demetrius.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's like it was probably like a studio mandate. It's like, hey, you're making a Mad Max movie without Mad Max. What is this? So then Warner Brothers probably told George Miller, it's like, hey, you got to include some type of
Surrogate.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was really great though. The guy who played the Mad Max surrogate was really, really
Is
good.
that the guy that people said
But
looked like Snake?
yes,
Oh, okay.
yes,
Solid Snake.
really, really.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
said he could have been Solid Snake.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I thought it was the facial actor at first, but it wasn't. But going into the box office, it opened during the Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yes. Yes.
It was a 4-day weekend. It made $32 million, right? That is not
On
good
those 4
because
days.
yeah, on those 4 days, it's less than 10
Yeah.
million per day,
Damn,
right?
that's
Yeah.
pretty shit.
And comparing it to Fury Road, Fury Road had a $42.4 million opening weekend and a $380 million worldwide opening.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
sorry, not
Opening.
just gross.
Okay,
It's gross.
gross. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
was like,
that's
opening. That's
because
amazing.
exactly. But that's because they left it in theaters. The streaming services weren't as big back
They
then
weren't. Yeah,
as
it was just literally like
now.
Netflix and like probably Hulu. It's 2015. Disney Plus wasn't around. Max wasn't around. Peacock, Paramount. They weren't non-existent. So.
Yeah, and like that's something we'll get into later on in this video. But another statistic is like it hasn't even crossed $75 million as of today, as of July.
Domestically or
total?
worldwide?
I believe domestically. from
Okay,
my
damn.
understanding.
Yeah.
That is
Wow.
crazy. Yeah. So
Do you have the number for the
Oh.
budget?
I can look it up. I really don't know, but I'm assuming it's
If
like
I remember correctly, I
150.
think it's like 150, 170, around that range.
150 for a Mad Max movie. That's
Yeah.
I think a lot of it
prequel,
went to
yeah.
the cast.
And that's
Probably.
before budget or for marketing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
225. Jesus.
yeah. It's I don't know. You will never see another Mad Max movie, in my opinion. Like I think this is the nail in the coffin.
I think we might see another movie that the budget is halved, or even maybe like a mini series. Because I feel
Alien
like
Romulus.
something like that. I don't think the franchise is going to be dead in the ground forever. Because I mean that was probably the same thing that happened with whatever was the one before Fury Road, like the Thunderdome or whatever it was called before it.
Mhm.
So I think there's still potential. Like if they can bring back Charlize and Tom Hardy for a sequel, I think that will sell gangbusters. I think people would
They
come
hate
back.
each other.
Yeah, but if you pay them enough, but I mean, I guess you can't pay them too much because then like that becomes all right,
Budget.
$200 million. Yeah, so
Yeah. So from now on, for the rest of this video, we're going to be referring to flops as ouchie wouchies because that's what we refer to them, right, boys?
okay, ouchie
Yes, sir.
wouchie.
Right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
We say that all the
Ouch.
time.
Yeah, that's a staple
Yes,
for
we do.
what do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then for the hits, we know what we're gonna call the hits,
Angers?
right?
Angers?
No, that's come on, Omid. Amir.
Oh.
What do we call the hits?
I don't know. I'm gonna say
Come on.
'cause I know your
Creme de la
Alex special
creme.
is you glazed it, so I'm like, is it a glazed donut or what?
No, dude. Always we call hits victory royales. Because it's
How did I forget? That's so stupid. of me. I mean, we literally said that in our last review. That was my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an epic dub. It's an epic dub. All right.
Yes.
So the next
Yeah.
ouchie wouchie, we watched it together. Can you guys guess? We watched it with
With Owen?
Fall Guy. Fall Guy.
Fall
Guy.
Guy. Yes.
another perplexing flop because it was projected to do like what 40 million opening weekend. It had so many things going for it. A great cast, great
A
marketing.
popular director too. You know, he's
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
huge names.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why that movie flopped. It's because it was marketed as, I believe, a rom-com between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt because their chemistry was off the chart. But when you watch the movie itself, it plays like a pseudo 007 Get Smart, like espionage movie of Ryan Gosling trying to figure out this supposed missing actor. And in my opinion, I thought that was like the least interesting part of the movie because what was interesting was this idea of David Leitch's like kind of pseudo autobiography where it's like, oh, he met his producer wife, and when they got away from that, I felt like it just became a boring action movie, and I think audiences just they didn't care. And also, David Leitch has a problem with third acts, in my opinion. Like I did not think Bullet Train worked. I didn't think this worked, and then Hobbs and Shaw was kind of mixed. I enjoyed most of it, but I know Amir and Owen didn't like it. That I
Going
just
back
think,
on it, I enjoyed it a little bit more than I did in theaters, but so I'm surprised because I think from the people that I talked to that watched it, their favorite aspect of the movie is the rom-com aspect, and I'd say that was my favorite part too. And I feel
Same.
like that was kind of marketed, but I think it's like kind of we're talking about with Mad Max. The budget was too high for this kind of original movie, and I think a lot of it probably went to the paycheck of Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling, who both of them were a part of Barbenheimer last year. So I imagine their salaries must have been really high for this. But I am really curious. Like, I feel like I saw it everywhere. Like, the trailers were everywhere. I saw, like, cutouts for it. I think that one had to have been a case of, I don't know what was coming out around it, but I think maybe people just didn't give it a chance. Because I do think when you watch it, it's not, like, an offensive movie. I think it's not like you feel like you wasted your time like some other movies. Because, I mean, we're probably going to go into Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes later, and I'm pretty sure that was a hit. Or, Victory Royale. But this Ouchie Wouchie, I feel like wasn't. It should not have flopped like it did. So.
No, I think it was on the quality. I think if it played into a rom-com like Anyone But You, like if they just played into rom-com, it would have made so much money because people love both Ryan and Emily Blunt. That I think people were just not interested in a action movie that has no IP, like practically no IP attached to it. That if you're just selling the personalities of those actors together, I think people would have for sure come to support it. And also, I mean, the movie's just not that great. It's mediocre.
That's fair.
I think I'm like in the very small minority who actually
loved it.
kind of enjoyed it because my expectations were very low. I remember coming out of that movie and I think I was the one who was the most positive of it. I was the only one who like wanted to watch it, right? I think everyone else.
Amir did.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch it.
You wanted to watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I remember we were like, "Oh, let's go bowling or let's go round one," or but we ended up watching Fall Guy. I enjoyed it. I think. What are you talking about? Amir?
Sorry.
No, but I think again, like all these ouchie wouchies we're talking about, I wouldn't have watched them if I didn't have A-list, right?
Yeah. Same.
I mean, for the ones that we have watched, I suppose. I don't know. It's just like this seems like something you just kind of watch on Netflix, if I'm being honest. Like now that I'm thinking back about it, it's like you can watch this movie and Anyone But You as like a double feature because they both take place in Australia. They're both kind of rom-com, a little bit of action. Like it's just like it fits together, the aesthetic. That would be my, I don't know, maybe preferred viewing as like a double feature.
So I guess that's the exact
like
reason why it flopped then. So it's their condition to believe that this is a movie that's made for streaming, even though the budget says otherwise and the talent says otherwise. So it's unfortunate.
Because when you're saying it's a Netflix watch, to me it made it sound like it's a background. It speaks on the quality of the movie. If it's a enticing movie, you would say, "Oh, you're happy to watch it in theaters. You don't necessarily need a double feature." I think it speaks to that. Like, I don't know. I think it like I told Amir this. I think I told this to Alvin too. Like, I do not see David Leitch's next movie getting a big budget because I know Bullet Train did very well streaming wise. I don't know how well it did in the box office, but I think with how this flopped, I do not think they're gonna give him that big of a budget for his next movie. I think they're gonna probably bring him back down a little bit, because like compared to Chad Stahelski just making out bangers every time he makes one. That I feel like David Leitch has had a little bit of a shaky foundation. I feel like for his past few.
I feel like because I think you're right in that aspect of like, oh, his last one, Bullet Train didn't get the best reviews, but from the people I've talked to that seen it from work, they all loved it. So I think a lot of people just, if they didn't watch, or if they watched it, they actually ended up really liking it, and they wish that more people saw it. So I don't think this is going to like hurt his next budget, because I feel like they already announced what his next project was, but I can't remember, and I'm pretty sure it's like another big IP. So I don't think he's going to be having to worry about like his job or whatever. But I can look it up as you go to the next one, the next Ouchie Wouchie or Victory Royale.
These next few are just going to be like very fast because we haven't seen them. But another ouchie wouchie is Argyle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
man.
Argyle.
Everyone forgot about Argyle.
Such a dumb way to market a movie. Such a dumb, stupid way to market a movie.
What do you mean?
Go into it. What is the marketing?
So this whole marketing of the movie is on. They show you that Henry Cavill and Dua Lipa as like these really big characters in this trailer, but you find out that the movie is actually not really about them, but about Bryce Dallas Howard and this like supposed book that she's making, and that what she's writing is almost coming to life. And that, I think, premise is not really interesting because when you see Bryce Dallas Howard, or no, when you see Henry Cavill and Dua Lipa, you're like, oh wow, this can be like an awesome 007 R-rated Matthew Vaughn movie. And then when you kind of see, like, not to be ageist, but you see like a Bryce Dallas Howard fighting these like Secret Service, and like even I forgot who plays
Rockwell?
Justin Hammer, Rockwell, Sam Rockwell. Even like it's like these you try to bring people in with the two big actors, Dua Lipa and Henry Cavill, and then the rest of the cast feels, I feel like, kind of B tier. Like they're not gonna bring anyone into the seats. And then spoiler alert, the movie is tied to Kingsman, which why the fuck did you not market that to people? So if you're a Kingsman fan, you would come to support it, say, oh, look at our next Kingsman. Like that movie can be analyzed as like, I think, a failure in marketing. I didn't even see the movie. I know people didn't even like it, so maybe failure in marketing, writing, how not to make a movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a movie that they thought of the idea first and the marketing behind it, and then came up with a script for it. Because I remember
Retroactive.
when it exactly, I remember when it came out, the biggest thing that we talked about was not about the content of the movie, it was the fact that it was a prequel to Kingsman, or a movie in the Kingsman universe. And like I just don't know, like, what is Matthew Vaughn doing? Like, I know the past few years he's just been kind of doing Kingsman movies. Remember when he did like good movies?
Yeah.
Like
First
X-Men
Class, Kingsman 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kingsman
Yeah,
2 is also, I think, is
Still a fun
a step
one.
down from one, but overall still a great movie.
Yeah.
Because also one thing
I
that's
don't know what
interesting
he's
too, I don't know if you guys saw on social media for Argyle, they actually even marketed it on the Las Vegas like dome. Yeah, what is that
Oh,
called?
yeah.
That digital dome?
Like the Sphere.
The Sphere, there you go, yeah. Yeah, the Sphere. So like they even put money into it. So I think maybe for Argyle it was a combination of everyone thinking it was original IP, so they didn't give a shit. And then also the idea of like Omid saying that word of mouth on it wasn't great, so they're like, I don't care. I heard everyone say it was like an F or like a D, so they didn't watch it. So I think it was a little bit of both, because they did, I think, put money into it. I remember seeing a lot of cool kind of marketing pieces for it. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, that is perplexing to me. I don't know how something like that kind of falls through the cracks.
yeah.
I
But
just don't.
speaking,
I just don't understand Matthew Vaughn. I'm like, why aren't you just making Kingsman 3? Like, why are you teasing? It's like you're just teasing us. And at this point, I'm like, bro, I don't even think you're gonna get to Kingsman 3 or Kick Ass.
yeah, like Taron Egerton is like almost like 35 now. And I'm just like, he's getting older. So
Which is crazy to
Right.
think. Like when you see the Kingsman, I'm
Yeah.
like, he looks like he's early 20s, like mid 20s. So I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
finish it so that it still feels like a cohesive kind of trilogy. But I wanted to say though, I think can I predict what your next Ouchie Wouchie is? I think I know what it is.
just say it. Just say it.
I'm
Just
guessing
say
it's
it. I
If.
know you know.
If, right?
No, I feel like that kind of did surprisingly well. Remember, I remember talking about it because that was like when it came out with Garfield, and then it had
It
like
stayed
some type
stronger,
of
consistent.
yeah. The
Garfield
second
already
weekend didn't
came
have
out?
a drop off. Yeah, it
The
did.
movie, yeah.
Oh, did it
Because
do
I
any
was,
good?
I think that was consistent
I
too,
don't know.
actually. But 'cause
Yeah,
I want to
I
say
think it
on
was-
If, I just saw it like a couple days ago on Peacock, and I watched it,
Oh.
and I was reading about it, and it said that it needed to make 275 million to break even, and it didn't make that. So I'm like, it may not have been as big of a flop as these, but I do know that movie flopped, which I thought was kind of surprising, because it had John Krasinski's name attached as the director, and it was starring Ryan Reynolds.
And
But-
Steve Carell.
And Steve Carell, yeah. But
Yeah.
I watched it. We didn't do a review on it. I guess just quick little thoughts. I give it like a 5 out of 10. It started off. It's like a kind of fun family movie, but it is such a has such a big issue with pacing, where it's like 40 minutes into the movie, you don't know what the whole purpose of this is, and then once it finally gets to, you're like, all right, this could be kind of interesting. and then it kind of just stays at a very flat line. And then there's a montage that happens at the end where I'm like, okay, that should have been the whole movie. Like, I don't want to get into any spoilers if you guys haven't seen it, but it's free on Peacock if you guys want to watch it. Yeah, give it like a 5 out of 10. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I have no interest in watching that movie. I'm sorry, Krasinski. Is he a flop? Is Krasinski a flop?
I mean, this one was a flop. So I'm curious if it's just gonna be The Quiet Place that is carrying him, or if his next movie is gonna also be a flop. Maybe he's
What if
got
it's like
lucky.
If 2?
There's no way we get a sequel for this movie. There's no way. Yeah.
So the last one.
It was a sequel to Pokemon.
I would love
I
that.
agree.
I would love that.
Give us Detective Pikachu 2. The last one. Omid, any predictions?
Argyle. Can you tell me what month?
February.
February. What came out February? No
I know you
superhero
got it.
movies came out. No,
I know
there
you
was no
got this.
DC movies.
know you
If
got
I don't think I've seen the movie. I haven't seen it, right? Okay. Can I get a hint?
No. I think it's a little bit too easy. It's a little bit too easy.
Amber, do you know?
Um,
I'm trying to think Disney movies. What Disney movie came out that sucked?
If I give you a hint, it's so obvious.
is it Exorcist Believer? Was that February?
No, that was
in
last
October of
year.
last
That was
year.
That was
last
last
year.
year.
February. I think we know it. I just have to see what's come out this year. February. What the fuck was in February?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm like, wait, we didn't watch it either, so we didn't even review it. Madam Web was in February. That was like March.
oh no, it's Madam Web. It is Madam Web.
It is
Oh, it is
Madam Web.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amber's right.
February-
Yeah, it's a February.
February 14th.
Valentine's.
Yeah.
Valentine's.
And when
movie,
you-
yeah.
When you said it wasn't a superhero movie because nothing came out, I'm like, see,
That was
no
your
one
first
knew.
mistake.
No one cares. That's like the biggest thing. Like, no one knew that it was a superhero movie, but also
Or a
it hinged on advertising the last like 30 seconds when they're all in the suits,
Yeah.
right?
As what ifs, visions. Like, we're a superhero pop culture YouTube channel, and we forgot that it came out. What does that say?
Exactly. And I literally just wrote in my notes, Madam Web, need I say more? What do I need to talk about this? Like, there's literally nothing to talk about this. They need to end
Biggest ouchie.
exactly. They need to end the Sony Spider-Man like cinematic universe without Spider-Man. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they're doing with Venom and Craven.
They
It's
were
like
relying on the
Spider-
Sydney Sweeney pool. Even she couldn't
Yeah.
save that movie.
There's no way. So the next few is just like very rapid fire. These are like the biggest bombs from my understanding from the list. Rapid fire. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Oh
Like,
man, that movie looked cool though. The movie flopped.
Yeah.
Damn.
That flopped. I
I know
Um,
Boy. What was it called? Hard Boy or the? It was the Pennywise movie. Skarsgård.
Boy Kills World.
Yeah, that one. That one flopped.
I forgot that movie existed until now.
Yeah, I remember that movie. Yeah, that movie
Yeah.
flopped.
The next one, Book of Clarence. That movie looked interesting, but I
one's
never.
Book
I
of
didn't even know it
Clarence?
came out.
Oh,
There's a Black-
Yeah,
Lakeith,
the
right?
Lakeith Stanfield one. Yeah.
Damn, that one looked interesting.
I wasn't surprised it flopped. I feel like once it goes to streaming, because I think Sorry to Bother You, I don't think did well, but I'm pretty sure people said it was a great movie.
Yeah, very interesting. The Watchers. I don't believe any of us watched it.
I wanted
Oh, that's
to.
the M. Night
and then a bunch of my-
Shyamalan daughter, right?
It's Shauna Shyamalan. A bunch of my friends turned into Frosted Flakes, so I couldn't support the movie.
Hey, put them on blast. Name
Yeah.
them. Give receipts. Go.
We
Yeah,
want
actually, no.
names.
Okay, I'll just say who wasn't a Frosted Flake. My boy Shaheb and his roommate Matt. We hung out that day, so they're the two non-Frosted Flakes. All my other boys Frosted.
They're cornflakes.
Also Ahmed. Ahmed offered to go. Angel offered to go, but they wanted to go too late because I hang out with Max. So those boys, they're good. Everyone else Frosted Flake.
That's a raw for it, bro.
Yeah.
The next one, Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, that movie did
Oh,
not
that
look
movie
great.
looked like
Music.
shit.
Yeah. And then finally, this kind of hurt a little bit, but Monkey Man considered a flop.
Did you watch? You watched that one, right?
I watched it. I
You said
enjoyed
it was
it.
actually decent, right?
It was pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah. I wish I watched
Give it
it,
a
but I
watch.
think it's on Peacock now, so maybe I'll check it out later.
good. I don't know if you will. Like,
What do you
I
mean?
don't. Will you?
I,
Will you?
I might.
I heard
I've been watching A24 movies recently. Like I just finished Dream Scenario. Was watching Long Legs. I don't mind putting it on the background if it's good.
Okay.
I heard it was
Very nice.
mid and false advertised. I did see Bad Education. That was a cool Hugh Jackman picture.
What does that have to? That's kind of like. ugh.
Tangent.
Well, we're talking about this is
Yeah.
a Deadpool. This is a Deadpool Hugh Jackman channel, so I need to make sure we talk about Hugh Jackman.
We'll get to
Yes.
that. So now we're going into the victory royales because it's an epic dub. We have a lot of them. Surprisingly, the biggest movie of the year is Inside Out 2.
That too. That's insane to me.
Not surprising.
Can't
Not
believe that broke a
surprising.
billion. I still can't. I mean, I thought it was gonna be successful, but not $1 billion movie. No way.
Same.
That was
It's
really
like a
surprised.
1.2 billion.
Yeah.
It makes
That's
sense.
crazy.
It shows Pixar when Pixar is trying to make a good movie, people are gonna show up for it. That's why Inside Out 1 garnered a lot of good faith, and it looks like for this, I mean, just Inside Out is such a special movie to a lot of people. I'm unfortunately I haven't seen it yet. It's just because dental school has been so busy, but when I get a chance, I definitely want to check it out in theaters.
I think you would like it, especially since hearing you say how much you really appreciate the first one. I feel like you would really like this one. It's a good one. Animation's really nice too.
Nice.
Let me throw out this proposition. I guess we're making plans right now. Omid, double feature, Long Legs, and then Inside Out 2.
What day?
I don't know. Like
We'll do
Wednesday,
Tuesday.
I guess?
This Tuesday.
Tuesday.
No, this Tuesday definitely not. I have a Perio final.
God.
Dude, your life fucking
Yeah.
sucks. Your life fucking
Oh.
sucks.
Alvin,
Yeah.
Alvin, I told Amir, tangent. I told Amir when I was so exhausted from studying. I told Amir, I think this is what depression actually feels like. And Amir was like, "Dude, you're so exhausted." I'm like, nah, this is depression, bro.
It is,
On
no,
Friday,
it straight up is.
Friday I had to study. Yesterday, I was at school 10 to 6, so I think I understand depression now.
Thank you for taking the time to do this video then.
Mental health, guys.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Yes.
So these next few Vic Roys, because it's an epic dub. Dune Part 2. Not surprised. I'm not
Not surprised.
surprised.
Yeah.
That movie is great.
Yeah.
What is that? What is
No,
that?
Like,
Awesome sauce. Awesome
Because
sauce.
it didn't break a
Yeah.
billion. It's like, oh, it'll stay in the top 10 for sure in the year, but I think it'll probably be closer to six below. It's for sure not cracking the top 5. I'm telling you that right fucking now. Dune Part 2. It's a good movie, but it's not top 5 material. It's already going to be Deadpool and Wolverine's number 1. Inside Out will be number 2. I think. What else came out?
What's another Disney movie? Let's do Moana 2, number 3.
Oh, is that this year? That for
That
sure is
coming
going to be $1 billion. That's $1 billion right there, easily.
Yeah. Joker 3 or Joker 2.
Oh, I hope it breaks $1 billion. It looks.
It looks great. I thought the trailer looked
artistic.
awesome.
The trailer's cool. I think it's just if Todd Phillips has fun with it and it shows that he justifies the existence. I think people will love to see it.
Lady Gaga fans, come out and support that movie. Honestly, I think they can actually carry it to
Yeah.
$1 billion.
I agree. Godzilla X Kong. Haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
It was okay.
I'm surprised. Yeah,
It was really dumb.
surprised it's on the Vic Roys. Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh wow, I'm very
didn't
surprised
watch
by
it.
that.
I actually watched the video. Are you sure it was positive? I heard they said it didn't like flop, but I don't think it made much money.
I think this
'Cause I-
was because all the titles that I have here are like in order. Maybe it's
Yeah.
domestic. I'm assuming it's domestic.
Okay.
Because I thought it flopped. To be honest, I thought it completely flopped.
Yeah, that's what the video was saying. It said it didn't do as well as they hoped.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not
Like
surprised. at all.
it did bad. I heard it did bad.
Well, no, maybe Alvin's statistics are like long term versus the one you saw might have been opening weekend, second weekend. You know?
No, maybe because I mean the video I was watching was talking about it like a couple days ago.
Interesting. I don't know. Well, yeah. The next one is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Boring.
Agreed.
Boring.
Yeah. This was
You
a
make a
waste
movie
of
with
time.
monkeys and you don't make us interested. How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah. But also, again, we were in a bad auditorium. Kids were using their Snapchat. So,
Unfortunately.
Alvin
Exactly.
almost turned into an angry man yelling at the sky when those guys were sitting right behind us. And like, I kid you not, like 5 different times, I literally see Alvin. Like every time he got higher and higher out of his seat. So I'm like, please, dear God, I want to see Alvin pop off because this movie's so fucking boring. I'm like, I need something.
That
Yeah,
would have been better than the movie, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
Uh,
I agree.
these next two, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised by the last one, but this next one, Bad Boys.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm happy to
I'm
hear.
not surprised. I love Will Smith.
Really? Especially after like his controversy, his slap.
I was always kind of like, I understood it. Like, I mean, the internet turned. I'm not that I condone it, but I'm like, the internet turned him into a fucking cuck. So I'm like, at a certain point, it's like obviously it was messed up. He did it, but like I understood why he did it, and I'm like, oh, if a white guy did it, probably they'd be fine. Now they banned him from the Oscars. I don't know if it was for life or 10 years or whatever it was. Like, I felt like it was blown out of proportion. I think Will Smith is still a goat, and I mean Martin Lawrence is cool. Like, I want to watch Bad Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, with a very, very interesting hot take. I enjoy it. I respect that. I respect that.
I love Will Smith here.
Agreed.
And then the next one, Despicable Me
Migration?
4.
Which one?
Despicable Me 4.
Despicable Me. Yeah, that's it. Has that not broken $1 billion yet?
No, but I'm pretty sure it will. They just announced Minions 3.
I thought there was
they
already a
had
Minions
two
3.
No.
Oh, is it
No.
Minions and Minions Rise of Gru?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's number 2.
So that's already 4 movies I think this year are going to crack $1 billion. This could be a big year for the movies because I think before Inside Out 2, it was very doom and gloom of, you know, they're like, theaters aren't going to survive, this is the end. And that is probably going to be the conversation every year, honestly, because of how dominant streaming is. And I think just by how expensive tickets are, you can't take the whole family anymore. Like, we're fortunate that we can afford A-list. And I think for a lot of other people, that is something they should be looking into. Not like we have any stock into AMC, but like if you really enjoy going to the movies, you good. Yeah, it was like you did a little bit of a pick there. You did the Seinfeld pick. Yeah.
I didn't mean to distract you. Sorry. Yeah, you're making really good points. Keep going.
Yeah, I was saying,
A-list.
if you're planning on at least watching 2 movies every month, I do think picking up that A-list or even that Regal Unlimited, it'll save you money long term. Because I mean, tickets now are like $18, so it's like if you get 2 tickets, you already paid. You got way more out of your pass than you would have paid without it. So that's just our little commercial break of AMC. Please sponsor us in the future because we are doing God's work for you. Everyone I'm talking to at work, I'm like a Bible salesman. Have you heard of AMC A-List? And just trying to sell it to them. So yeah.
We're Jehovah's Witnesses for AMC.
Exactly.
The good word.
Yes.
Yeah. But Amir kind of touched upon the next point, I guess, about maybe why the box office has been kind of weird lately. Like, it's been fluctuating, and it's just because of like the windows that studios are giving these movies to stay in theaters. Because we talked about it, A Quiet Place Day 1 is going to be digital at the end of July, and it came out at the end of June. So that's literally only 1 month in theaters. That's crazy to me. Because remember when movies were in the theaters for like 3-4 months?
90 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. That's the streaming has changed the landscape. Where I've talked about it with friends, and we've all talked about it together, that streaming has conditioned people to wait for movies, which is good for the consumer. It's good and bad for the consumer. I feel like that's nice that they get to see these movies on streaming at usually no extra cost. But then that means I think the movies they like, if they're not supporting it in theaters, they're not going to see sequels to it because they're not paying to support it. So I mean, I think the studios probably very much regret their response during COVID of doing the day and date model, because I mean it was so dumb that you condition people to say you don't need to watch it immediately, just wait for it online for free. So stupid.
Yeah.
That I think with just 30 days, like I don't know, it's like how people say technology changing the playing field. The streaming has for sure changed, and movie theaters need to find a way to adapt whatever it is. I think obviously the next few years are going to be tough because people are going to get more comfortable and want to stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, very well said. So yeah, I think that was the big thing. How just like the windows they provide, because now Furiosa, again, it was like a month and it was on digital after a month. So, and I don't even know how good it's doing on digital, but I hope it has its legs. Speaking of legs, long legs. We're going into mid-budget movies, boys.
There you
Going into
go.
mid-budget movies.
I feel
What
like
are,
horror
what are
is
these
doing
mid
so well.
called? Are these called like silver royales or what do they call these?
Winner, winner,
this dude
chicken
clearly
dinner.
this dude does not play Fortnite. This dude does not play Fortnite. They don't give you
Sorry,
a prize
I'm
for
an
second
adult.
place.
I'm an adult. My
Oh.
bad. I'm an adult. I'm an adult.
Oh,
25 million players active on the servers right now.
I'm a Street
What should
Fighter
we-
player.
What do we
I'm a
what do we
Tekken
call
player.
these mid-budget movies? We just
winner,
call
winner,
them
chicken dinner.
Winner Winner Chicken Dinner? Anyone?
That's a victory
anyone else?
royale. That's a
No, but
victory
that's
fucking
PUBG.
royale.
No, that's a PUBG reference, Omid. You obviously don't play PUBG, Omid.
And y'all are fucking loser ass nerds.
I don't know. Maybe we just call them what they are. Movies. Huh?
Is
It's
that
a
Obi
real
in the
feature
background?
film
Can someone
movie.
shut him up?
Yo, the villain arc
Shut
for
up.
Omid. You keep Obi's name out of your mouth. I don't want to hear you talk
Yeah.
about Obi.
Yeah. He's looking at me right now. He's like that. So yeah, we're talking about these mid-budget movies. I feel like a lot of these mid-budget movies that we were used to seeing were comedies and maybe like, I would primarily say comedies, and those are getting dumped on like Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, who they don't
Like
get
Ricky Stenicki.
Ricky Stenicki. I wrote down The Hitman, Beverly Hills Cop, Fly Me to the Moon. These are all kind of movies that are being made for streaming services that have decent budgets, but they don't get the opportunity to show how well they can perform.
I thought Fly Me to the Moon did go to theaters. I thought it did.
I think it is right now.
I think it's like an Argyle situation where it first is in the theaters for a couple weeks and it moves to
Mhm.
Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I miss these mid-budget movies, but also I guess recently there's been a little bit of a resurgence because we were talking about Long Legs. I don't know how well it's doing financially, but I feel like mid-budget movies get the best like critical reception because there isn't as much stake to it. People kind of temper their expectations. So
And I
Long
think
Legs
the
is, like,
studio, since they're like, there's not a lot of money behind it, they're not over-noting it. They're just letting the creative be the creative, that's great.
exactly. More mid-budget movies. M. Night Shyamalan's Trap. A lot of people.
I hope that. I think that should do well. I think
I'm
that's gonna
excited.
do well.
I'm excited for
Yeah.
that. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, just because it has the name attached to it, right? He's become that director.
Yeah.
So I can see that doing decent. I can see that breaking even. Bike Riders, mid-budget. I had
Flopped.
interest in watching it because of the cast. I think it flopped, but also it came out on digital like 2 weeks after it released in theaters.
Yeah,
That's
I don't think
crazy to
anyone
me.
gave a shit. It's like Wild Hogs, but
Even
it's
if
not
it was-
funny. It's like Sons of Anarchy. Like, it just didn't look like it was
Um,
interesting.
I
It's
feel like if
kinda
it
like-
didn't, even if
Keep going, Omid.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, I feel like if it didn't go digital, people still wouldn't have seen it. I wasn't
Yeah,
interested
they
in
give a
it.
shit.
I think it wasn't tied to anything. Like as dumb as we sound, it has no IP to it. There's no.
No, I don't think that's
there's
the
no
reason
com-
why. I think it's just we didn't. It wasn't like it wasn't a fun movie. It looked boring. It was like, all right, it's gonna be Austin Butler probably doing his Elvis accent again, wearing denim the whole time or something, or leather.
And well, you said it's Wild Hogs, but not funny.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Wild Hogs, but there's truth to it.
Oh.
I don't know about that. Have you seen Wild Hogs? That movie is a gem, Alvin. That's a classic.
Remember when Robin Williams? Remember when Robin Williams was in that movie RV?
Yes.
And then like he had like a bunch of poop on him.
I
remember
remember the
that.
movie. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, he was like cleaning the RV and then the poop went on him. Come on,
I don't remember that.
classic. All right, cut this.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
We watched this movie like literally last week. Maxime. I don't know how
Yeah.
it's doing
Do
financially.
we know
It's
the
mid budget
budget
in
of
my
it?
opinion.
Is it $1 million budget movie? Because I couldn't
No
find
way.
it online.
No way.
1 million? There's no way it's 1 million.
No way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look
find
it
it
up.
online.
My guess. Let's give our guess.
Wikipedia didn't
gentlemen.
have it.
I'm gonna say it's a 10 million. I
I
think
would
it's a 10
say-
million budget.
I think 30 million based on the cast.
I don't even think you're gonna
I
be able
think
to
10
find it. I couldn't find it on Wikipedia. There was no budget.
And on IMDb it says the budget.
What
A
is it?
million?
What is your guys' guess?
I'll say 5 million.
I said 30.
Amir, what's your guess?
5.
It says 1 million.
Yeah. I don't
There's
believe
no
that.
way
Shot-
it's 1 million.
Shot with a 1 million budget, the indie horror film grossed 15 million during its theatrical run.
Of course that's like a success then because they gave it no money. What the heck?
Well, I mean that
What
is
is-
I mean, there's also only 2 kills in it. There's only 2 fucking kills in that movie, so
3.
all the budget, what?
Like 4. 4. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you just see the aftermath, you don't count that.
No, I'm counting not spoilers, but I'm counting the cops.
That was such a fucking joke.
I
That
agree. The
was a
movie
spo-
sucked ass.
That actually was a spoiler. That actually was a spoiler. You said I didn't want to go into spoiler and then say who it was. That actually was a spoiler, dude.
No one's gonna watch that
It's
movie.
bad.
The movie was so shit. The movie sucked.
Yeah, as you guys can tell, this movie kind of meant a lot to us, and it kind of has a lot of contention around us because it's just not a good movie. Not a good
It
movie.
meant a lot to me.
Not a good movie.
No.
It's not a theater film movie. It is a streaming movie.
It's no X. No X.
It's no
It's no
Pearl.
Pearl. It's no Pearl.
Ty West, what
Maxine
were you
is-
cooking, bro?
Maxine is an X, so it's no X.
But Mia Goth was in Pearl.
No, well, we're talking about the character Maxine.
Oh,
There's
for
no
sure.
X.
For sure. I forgot about that.
First,
Fuck you, bitch.
Sorry.
For
Sorry.
sure, for sure.
I chose violence
Um,
today. Maxine means a lot to me. Maxine means a lot
yeah, I
to me.
believe it.
Did you guys watch Hitman? Glenn Powell?
Not
Adria
yet. It's on
Arjona?
the list. It's on the list.
Very good. Very good. It's a Netflix movie, but it's a mid-budget movie. I wish it was in the theater because I would have watched it. I would have given it a chance.
It was in
deserves
theaters
the money.
actually. For a little bit.
For like 2 days, okay? For 2 days. All right, I get it.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
I'm just saying. If
Come
you
on.
like cinema,
Yeah, this
Come on.
guy is flashing his
Come on.
film
Want to
degree.
celebrate the
This guy's
arts?
flashing his
Jesus.
Oh
film
my
degree.
god, shut the fuck
Jesus.
up about my film degree. I'm just saying, Albert, if you liked art,
Jesus.
if you wanted to support the arts, I would have went to the theaters. If you liked the Hitman.
I already saw the movie. That's more than you guys can say.
Yeah, but I don't like the movie. You're saying you love this movie. It's like your top 10 of the year. You should have maybe supported it.
Yeah.
Well, I gave it a chance on streaming. Which, that's how it is now.
That's
This is
what
the
I'm
whole
saying.
discussion of the
That-
video. This is the whole.
that's
This is the
the problem.
thesis.
That's the problem. No more streaming. You got to support the movie in theater.
Yes.
I will
Part of the
say
problem.
this. I'm talking directly to the CEO of AMC. If we're paying A-list, does our money go to the box office? How does that support the creators? Am I
I
right?
agree. I don't think anyone really
I don't know.
knows.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And then anyone but you. That was a big success, and that was in
Yes.
theaters because they let it stay.
Big hit.
Big hit. Big hit, if you
Big
know what
hit.
I'm saying. Big hit. Yeah. Big hit. No, I'm joking. Okay, so the next. So this last segment is just like rapid fire. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if it's a flop, ouchie wowie, or if it's a hit, victory royale, because it's an epic dub. Okay, I have the rest. I
Okay.
have movies, big movies for the rest of the year. I'm gonna just list them off. You guys
These
tell
are
me.
our predictions. Our predictions.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Starting with a movie coming out next week, Twisters.
Yeah.
Victory Royale.
Victory Royale.
Yeah. Victory Royale. Trap.
Victory Royale.
Victory Royale.
Same. Sorry, let me check these off so I know. Borderlands.
Flop.
That's gonna be a,
That's just-
a
yeah.
massive flop. I saw people said
Borderlands.
they saw like a rough cut of it and they said the movie was like not funny at all.
I'm not
That's fair, too.
surprised. I'm not
The trailer was
surprised.
cool, but I think I heard that same thing Omi did, and it's like already the reception from the fans of that IP showed that they didn't like what they were seeing. So if you're not even getting the gamers to come, then I think the movie's gonna be fucked. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need the gamers.
Oh yeah.
The next one, Alien Romulus.
I think that's gonna do very well.
Yeah, I think what Fede will do is make a low budget to mid budget horror movie that it doesn't need to make stupid amounts of money to succeed. I think that was probably the problem with Covenant and Prometheus. That I mean, I like both of those movies. I probably like
Same.
Prometheus a bit more than Covenant. But
Mhm.
I mean, I think anyone will show up for an Alien movie, and especially if it's from Fede Alvarez that people liked as Evil Dead. I think I have a lot of faith in that movie.
I even saw people saying like, oh, they would love for this to be an opportunity for 20th Century to do a double feature of Alien Romulus and then have Prey in theaters so people could actually watch it on the big screen since they never released it in theaters. So I'll be like, that's a super smart way to do an event and then people will show up. So
Do it.
Yeah, no, I that would be a really good idea. I don't want to pull an Amber, but I believe it was released in theaters like very limited.
Oh, was it really? I don't think so, actually.
No, because
I
in order
don't
for it
think
to
it-
be,
I don't think it
in order
was.
in
I
order
don't
for it to qualify for the Oscars and the Academy Awards, it needs to
Did
be in
it?
theaters for like a
Did it?
limited amount.
Was it nominated?
I think it was. So
I'll check.
Yeah, let me look that up.
No, I'm joking. All right, but you know what? Let's double check.
Your reputation's on the line, Alvin.
I'm feeling very Omi today. Next up,
What the hell does
Bro.
that mean?
I'm choosing violence. Crow.
Oh, that's such a
It
flop.
was. Crow's a flop.
Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Mid. I think there's a very high chance that that budget is going to be ballooned, and if it gets poor reviews, no one's going to watch it. I think that's actually, I'm not sold on it because look at Tim Burton, his track record hasn't been great recently.
I
That's
think a
valid.
movie like Beetlejuice, the way it speaks to like emo people, I think it's gonna make money.
The
And also
goths are
Jenna
gonna come out.
Ortega.
Yeah,
Huh?
the goths are coming out, boys.
Yes, sir.
I have a lot of movies left, but I'll probably try to cull it down. Gladiator 2.
Go to the big one. Go to the big one. We know which. I'm
That's-
waiting for it.
That's the last one.
Okay.
Gladiator 2. I think
That's
it
it. I think
will-
that's gonna do. Oh, wait, you think that's gonna drop flop?
I think Ridley Scott's kind of past few movies is just kind of his track
So-
record's been kind of going down.
Yeah, I think
We
it
had
was gonna
3
break
different
even. I did not
answers. All 3 of us had. Alvin had flop, only to middle. I think it's gonna be a victory dub royale, chicken dinner, flawless victory. That's the
Perfect.
MK
Keep going.
reference.
List more.
That was
List
an
more.
MK.
List more.
Perfect, ultra, supreme victory. Yeah. Those are all the
Wicked.
fighting game references I have. What was it?
Wicked.
Which one? Oh, Wicked. I think it probably will make money. Ariana Grande's gonna sell tickets.
Same. I agree.
That's true.
Craven.
Yeah.
We're
Sorry.
all on consensus. Mufasa.
I think mid.
I'm
I think the
surprised
same
it
thing. I think
doesn't
the
have-
budget is going to be so high, it could very
Yeah.
easily be like the next Little Mermaid. It's a misfire. It just needs to make
Yeah.
too much to break even.
I'm surprised Lion King 1 made $1 billion, to be honest.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's
Okay.
such a big franchise. I mean, we saw it in theaters. Did you watch it in theaters?
I haven't seen it. The first live action Disney movie I watched was with you guys and Owen and Lisette.
Oh, yeah,
it was
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Oh, Little Mermaid.
Nosferatu.
Oh,
That's
shout
right.
out to Daniel. He wants. I think it'll be good.
Trailer's great. I'm excited for that one.
I'm gonna do maybe like 4 more. Is that okay?
Okay.
Sure.
Venom 3.
Same. Apparently that's the finale.
Yeah.
The Last Dance.
Yeah.
Joker 2.
That has to be a success, yeah.
Joker one's so good.
I enjoy that
I'm
one a
glad you
lot
think
too.
that. Yeah, I'm glad you guys think that.
Alvin doesn't like it because it's
the
not tied to the MCU and there's no Easter eggs and end credits scene.
I
Hey,
agree.
Come on, move into me even
Well,
more. Do it.
Alvin hates
Come
the
on.
movie because it's not directed by James Gunn.
Is that directed by James Gunn? There's no. He's right behind me.
Right behind me.
Yeah.
Imagine if you
No,
did
Chris
that in this
Pratt,
movie. So what's next? Let's do Megalopolis.
Mm,
Yeah. unfortunately.
Flop. This one's for Owen. Transformers 1. Pretty valid.
Animated movies need to make less to break even, so I think it'll do it.
I think animated is going to do really well this year. Finally, the big one. Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
That is
fuck.
definitely tough.
Is that even
just-
this year?
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't
think
think
you
But
know.
obviously, I know it's like December.
Okay, so it's guaranteed. It's confirmed.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think it's this year.
Obviously, the big movie, Deadpool.
The question is whether or not it's going to break $1 billion. I don't know if it's going to break $1 billion, but I think the more I see of this worldwide press tour, they're putting so much money into it. I think it will break $1 billion, which is surprising to me.
Yeah, we're not
Honestly-
speaking on if the movie will be good. I definitely think it'll make a lot of money.
I think so
This
too
movie is
now.
breaking $1 billion. This movie is doing
For sure.
1.5.
I think
This,
1.6.
this movie is doing No Way Home numbers.
I think so.
It depends if it's good.
No,
Because
it
I think
doesn't
with No Way Home, it was repeat viewings. That was what really carried
Mhm.
it. So if everyone watches it and then they don't return, because actually even I think for No Way Home, it had one of the biggest drop-offs from weekend to weekend because the first weekend was so huge. So I think for Deadpool, because I have faith in Ryan and Hugh, it's Sean Levy that I'm scared of because watching Adam Project, the movie isn't great. There are cool moments. They don't. The script needs a lot more work, and I think same thing with Free Guy. It's a fun one, but it's really kind of a hard one to rewatch because it's like I think that was at the cusp of Ryan Reynolds overdoing the Ryan Reynolds character. But Deadpool is where it all started, so people might be more lenient to seeing that. But I hope it's a good movie. I really do, and I think honestly it's gonna be. I think it's all but confirmed now that the X-Men are going to be in it. I think Cyclops is going to be in this movie, which is going to be pretty badass.
I hope he is, and I hope they don't cuckify him.
I think there's no way. They have to. They're going to make him like a Giga Chad.
No, because Cyclops got cool this year. 2 years ago, I think they definitely would.
No, he's
cuckify
been
him.
cool.
Alvin,
He's been cool.
Boy.
People just didn't know about it.
thumbs up, thumbs down. Is Cyclops being cuckified?
No, he will not be cuckified.
Alvin, are they cuckifying him?
What's
I
the point
think-
of bringing him back to cuckify him?
Because it's Deadpool. Because it's a
to make-
joke.
yeah,
That's a
to
joke.
prop up Wolverine and to probably make some joke that Cyclops can't satisfy Jean.
I just don't know. It's just going to piss
I
off.
definitely
That is-
see that being-
That's just
I
going to be
definitely see
pissing
that
off
being-
so much of the population. It's like that's just too
No, because
controversial.
The
So
population.
much of the
isn't
population. What are you talking about? You're talking about as if like 57% of the United States are fans of Cyclops. I would
Everyone
say-
loves Cyclops. We won the Electoral College last year. Cyclops.
Hey,
Him and
hey,
Ryu are
you can't say
backing
that.
each other
You
up.
can't say that. That's too recent. Too soon.
Okay. But yeah, I hope they don't cuckify him. I mean, X-Men '97 did him so well, and I do think
That's all you.
Ryan is not going to bring them back just to do the X-Force on them. I think this is going to be because what I was scared for with this movie before just seeing all the interviews of it being like a dumb action movie. But what Ryan said that really gave me hope was that he was saying we weren't writing a comedy. We were writing an emotional drama and then inserting comedy in after. So I don't see why they would just include all of these X-Men that are like the Tobey Maguires for a lot of people's childhood just to kill them. I think they're going to be like all get their original suits. Like they're going to do the same respect for Hugh for all of these other actors.
I hope so. I would bet you $5, Amir, that I think the X-Men will be in it to be made fun of and to most likely be killed like X-Force. I'm putting it on here on this channel. I'm betting Amir $5 that the X-Men, besides maybe a Storm and Jean, are all
So
going to
it's
be made fun of.
literally
and most likely
Cyclops then of the original ones you're saying.
Cyclops, look, Cyclops, like Deathstrike, Toad.
No, but like
all
that,
those
those
original-
are the Brotherhood. So you're saying because in the Fox verse the Holy
Okay, then yeah.
or the four of
I
us,
think they
it
will
was
make fun of.
just
Yeah,
Cyclops.
they're for sure. They're gonna make fun of only Cyclops. They're not gonna touch Storm. They're not gonna touch Jean.
That is so fucking lame if they do that.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. As a Wolverine fan, Wolverine fans know that
No. Wolverine fans never had a struggle in their life. Wolverine fans have never struggled in their life.
No. I'm saying Wolverine fans respect Cyclops. We want Cyclops to be propped up. But Amir loves fanning the flames of hate, so he wouldn't let me finish.
No. But yeah, I'm excited for Deadpool. I think that's going to be a huge hit. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
One thing you have to be careful for, I mean, I saw some people online saying it's going to be really hard to get that popcorn bucket. I hope you're able to get it because you said you wanted to get that Wolverine one, right?
I want it. I want to. That's why I'm going to. I want to definitely check the Americana on Thursday to get one.
Okay. You know what? Even what I can try to do. Actually, do I have? I don't have that Thursday off. Never mind.
Because they don't sell them early, right? It's when the movie comes out.
I think you could go on that Thursday because that's when the screenings start and try to see if you can pick one up.
I have my final that day.
Maybe what you can do, because I know on A-List you can order. Try to see if you can, like, right when you wake up in the morning, try to buy it.
Okay.
Because John Campia was saying he thinks it's going to go on eBay for, like, scalpers are going to buy all of them and try to sell for, like, $200 since this movie's going to be so huge.
I hope not. I love Wolverine.
Yeah. Also, isn't there going to be a second popcorn bucket that's going to be revealed from Regal?
Apparently, they said that for Deadpool. They were going to have a Deadpool popcorn bucket. I'm down for that too.
Very nice. Yeah, this can be a whole other discussion video. I feel like we will do that discussion video before the movie comes out. But that was our discussion on the box office conundrum of 2024. Right. It was a good discussion. It was a little bit heated. It was very comedic. It was our brand of humor. But yeah, that was all I had to say. I hope you guys watched and you enjoyed it, and you kind of also give us your thoughts down below. Anything else?
Definitely.
Guys?
No, I think like you said, this was a really great discussion of just talking about the situation of the box office, because I think there's so many people like us that are so interested in kind of seeing just how the numbers of all these movies are doing, and kind of like what is connecting with audiences, and how they can kind of maybe not to say like they can save the theater, but like maybe they can spread the word and let people know, like, oh, this movie is awesome. Try to watch it in theaters rather than waiting like a month or two to see it at home. So.
Yeah.
I agree. It was a great discussion. I hope the movie theater chains are doing well, because I mean that is my comfort place. I think all of us, we just derive so much pleasure from going to the movie theater, and just that feeling of like when you come in, you smell the popcorn. That is such a special feeling to me that I don't want to see that change anytime soon.
Yeah.
So hopefully it keeps doing well.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, that was our discussion video, everyone. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll for sure do more discussions like these. Of course, Deadpool and Wolverine and other movies that come out. So
yeah, we're even thinking of doing like an X-Men retrospective. So yeah, we're gonna keep trying to make content. Always have really fun discussions on here. So if you liked it, leave a like on this video, because we were really happy to see just people were kind of connecting with our Maxine video that Alvin and I did last week. So trying to be more consistent, just have a lot of fun videos on here, just sharing with you guys, talking to you guys is always great. So yeah.
Good work, boys. I mean, overall, that's what this whole channel is about, right? It's just talking about things we love with our boys, and making a community of people to also feel safe to talk about movies and anything pop culture. So keep it locked on our channel, guys, and hit the subscribe.
It's been me, Alvin.
It's been me, Amir. Have a great one, guys. See you next time.